Have you noticed that over the years, the body starts to feel weaker? Have you seen someone in your family, maybe your parents or grandparents, losing strength, struggling to get up from a chair, even afraid of falling when walking? Many people believe this is simply part of aging. But is it really? Is muscle loss in old age truly unavoidable? And more importantly, is there anything that can be done to prevent this weakness? The truth is that thousands of people are living with increasingly fragile bodies without even realizing this could be prevented or even reversed. There's a silent condition, rarely talked about, that affects most seniors. And the worst part, it starts long before old age. If you're over 40, you could already be going through this without even noticing. In this video, I'll show you the real reasons why seniors lose muscle so quickly. And no, it's not just because they're getting older. I'll also explain what you can start doing today to avoid this outcome. And before the end of the video, I'll reveal the most common eating mistake that's speeding up muscle loss in thousands of people. A mistake almost no one talks about, but that might be in your routine right now. So stick with me to the end, because you're going to be surprised. Let's get straight to the point. Muscle loss with age has a name: sarcopenia. That word might sound complicated, but the concept is simple. Sarcopenia is the process of losing muscle mass, strength, and physical performance that occurs over the years. But the most important detail is this: it doesn't happen overnight, and it's far from inevitable. Starting at around age 40, the human body loses an average of 1% to 2% of muscle mass per year. After age 60, that loss can accelerate, especially if the person doesn't do resistance exercise or eat properly. The problem is that most people only notice it when the effects are already severe. Weakness, difficulty walking, loss of independence, higher risk of falls and fractures, and all of this may have started silently 10 or 20 years earlier. According to a study published in Age and Aging, around 30% of people over 60 show clinical signs of sarcopenia. After age 80, that number can exceed 50%. And the most alarming part, many of these cases are neither diagnosed nor treated. Why? Because people still believe that losing strength with age is normal, and they accept it without question. But here's what matters most. Sarcopenia is not caused solely by age. There are several contributing factors, and the good news is that many of them are manageable. One of the biggest culprits is a diet low in high-quality protein. As we age, our bodies need more protein to maintain muscle. Yet many older adults consume less than they need, whether from lack of appetite, difficulty chewing, or outdated habits like believing eating less is healthier. That's a big mistake. Another key factor is physical inactivity, especially the lack of strength training. Walking is good for the heart, but not enough to preserve muscle. Resistance exercises with weights, elastic bands, or just body weight like squats or climbing stairs are essential to keep muscles active. Without this stimulation, the body starts breaking down muscle it thinks it no longer needs. Some medications, like corticosteroids, can also contribute to muscle breakdown when used continuously. Long-term use or self-medication may be weakening muscles without the person even realizing. We can't forget the role of chronic inflammation either. As the body ages, it tends to produce more free radicals and enter a state of low-grade, constant inflammation. This inflamed environment disrupts protein synthesis and speeds up muscle breakdown. Again, lifestyle and diet are key. Ultra-processed foods, sugars, and unhealthy fats feed that inflammation and speed up sarcopenia. And finally, there's the impact of insulin resistance, common in people who are overweight or pre-diabetic. When the body doesn't respond well to insulin, it affects more than just blood sugar. It also hinders the muscle's ability to regenerate and grow. In other words, muscle loss is not an unavoidable part of aging. It's the result of a series of silent, cumulative factors. One of the biggest obstacles to preserving strength in old age isn't just in the body, it's in the mind. It lies in what people believe about aging. Popular myths passed down through generations end up becoming absolute truths, and silently, they sabotage the health of millions. The first of these myths is, seniors should eat less. This phrase has been repeated for decades, leading many to believe that a more restricted diet is a sign of health. But the reality is different. As we age, the body actually needs more nutrients to support vital functions and preserve muscle. This doesn't mean eating more in volume, but rather eating better. Severely cutting calories without ensuring enough protein is like trying to maintain a house without bricks. Another dangerous myth is, after 60, it's too late to build muscle. This belief is completely outdated. Several studies have shown that the body continues to respond to muscle stimulation even at advanced ages, especially when proper nutrition is provided. In fact, older adults who begin resistance training combined with adequate protein intake can see significant improvements in strength and mobility in just a few weeks. It is absolutely possible to build muscle at 60, 70, even 80 years old if the right environment is created. A third myth that often shows up is supplements are only for young people. In reality, supplements are often even more important for seniors, precisely because nutritional needs increase while absorption may decline. Protein supplements, vitamin D, omega-3, and even hydrolyzed collagen can be powerful allies, always with professional guidance. What must not happen is ignoring these deficiencies. Now let's talk about the key nutrients that most older adults don't get enough of, and that are essential to keeping muscles alive and strong. The first is complete protein. It's not enough to eat rice, bread, and fruit. Muscles need essential amino acids, especially leucine, which is critical for muscle protein synthesis. Good sources of leucine include eggs, lean meats, chicken, fish, dairy, and whey protein. Then there's vitamin D, which is vital not only for bones, but also for muscle function. Low vitamin D levels have been linked to reduced strength, increased fall risk, and poor balance. And vitamin D deficiency is extremely common, especially among those who get little sun exposure. Another important nutrient is magnesium, which supports countless muscle and nerve functions. Low magnesium levels are linked to muscle weakness, cramps, and fatigue. Foods like nuts, seeds, leafy greens, and whole grains are great sources, but many older adults eat little of these, whether due to taste, digestion, or habit. And speaking of digestion, gut health also plays a role. As we age, stomach acid production tends to decline. This interferes with the digestion of protein and the absorption of key nutrients like iron, zinc, and B12. An inflamed or imbalanced gut can directly impact the body's ability to build muscle, no matter how well someone eats. But perhaps the most surprising and overlooked issue is a silent eating mistake that happens first thing in the morning, having a protein-poor breakfast. Think about the average senior's morning: a cup of coffee, maybe toast with margarine, a cookie, or a piece of fruit. Very light, seemingly healthy. But the problem is that this kind of breakfast doesn't provide the protein needed to stop overnight catabolism, the natural muscle breakdown process that happens after fasting. After hours without food, the body is desperate for nutrients. If it doesn't get protein at that moment, it starts breaking down muscle tissue to get energy. Research shows that protein distribution throughout the day is essential for muscle preservation in older adults, and breakfast is a critical opportunity that's being missed by millions. Including simple sources like eggs, plain yogurt, cheese, oats with plant-based protein, or protein shakes can completely change the body's metabolic response. This one simple adjustment, done daily, could be the difference between maintaining strength or gradually losing independence. Now that you understand the main causes behind rapid muscle loss in old age, it's time to talk about what can actually be done to slow down or even reverse this process. First, don't wait until weakness sets into act. The earlier we begin caring for our muscle mass, the better our quality of life will be in the future. But even for those who are already feeling the effects of muscle loss, it's never too late to recover strength. Here are some practical steps. 1. Increase your intake of high-quality protein. Include good protein sources in every meal, starting with breakfast. Eggs, milk, plain yogurt, chicken, fish, lean meats, tofu, well-cooked legumes, and clean protein shakes are great options. Ideally, you should aim for about 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, though this may vary, so it's best to consult a nutritionist. 2. Do resistance exercises at least 2 to 3 times per week. You don't need a gym. Bodyweight movements like sitting and standing from a chair, climbing stairs, wall push-ups, or using resistance bands are all helpful. And remember, exercise isn't just physical. It sends a message to your body saying, I still need these muscles. And your body responds by maintaining and even rebuilding them. 3. Take care of your gut. Eat more fiber-rich foods like vegetables, fruits with peel, and whole grains. Natural fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut are also great allies. A healthy gut is essential for absorbing the nutrients you eat, and without proper absorption, your body can't build muscle. 4. Support key nutrients. With professional guidance, check for deficiencies in vitamin D, magnesium, B12, or zinc. These nutrients are closely tied to strength and muscle function. In some cases, supplements are necessary, especially for those with dietary restrictions or digestive issues. 5. Cut back on inflammatory foods. Avoid ultra-processed foods, refined sugars, and trans fats. Prioritize natural, anti-inflammatory, and nutrient-dense foods. Chronic inflammation slowly eats away at muscle tissue. And here's a final tip that almost no one talks about. Don't skip your post-workout meal. Many people walk or exercise and then don't eat anything afterward. But this is actually the most important time to provide your body with protein and energy to rebuild what was used. Even something simple like plain yogurt with oats or a banana with peanut butter and a scoop of protein powder, this kind of meal helps your body recover and avoid further muscle breakdown. Now tell me something. Have you or someone you love noticed signs of weakness or loss of strength with age? Have you seen someone who used to be active now needing help to stand or walk safely? Drop a comment below. Sharing these stories can help others recognize early warning signs and seek help in time. If this content made sense to you, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We always bring valuable science-based health information explained in simple terms, just like a personal conversation with you. And if you want to go deeper into this topic or find practical solutions for your daily life, visit our site, globalhealthguide.net. There you'll find much more high-quality content about health and wellness, designed especially for you and your family. See you in the next video. And remember, taking care of your strength means taking care of your freedom.